Hello, Claire, darling. Can you hear me? Is it loud enough? The music too loud? Adira, good morning. Doing well, thank you. So, what do you think? What, the music or me? Let's get the sound check first. Is it all right? Loud enough? You can hear me? I'm not sure why the OBS the other day kicked out, but then I saw some other people had the same trouble. But I don't know. I'm afraid this thing only lasts for about an hour now, or hour and a half. It's kind of crazy. And it is Wiener Wednesday, everyone. The music, let me get the music out of here. Ooh. No, I don't. Let me check something out for my sister. She wants to. Today's my mom's birthday at the nursing home. Well, it's her birthday wherever she would be, but it just so happens she thinks who knows? I don't know where she thinks she is, but I know she's in a nursing home. Let's see. See if I can find that for my sister. She said going through the front desk is pathetic, and it certainly is. So let me see if we can find that. What do I call it Emerald City. Let me see. Let me say, I only have, let me do it here. I can type it here. I think, let me see what it says, Emerald City here in my phone. There's a reason I do that, and I would tell you privately, but I don't want anybody calling there. Not that you would, my friends, but people may monitor this kind of thing. Right? Of course they do. Okay, let's go to this. Cheery music. Here's another one. Oh, that's my mother's phone. No. I don't know. Sorry, Di. I don't want to do that. Don't know. Okay, that's what I got. Bye. Goodbye, sis. Okay, everybody. Yes, I can hear and see you. Thank you very much. Yes, I could hear you very well. Do you have plans? Oh, for my mom? No, let me see. Her girlfriend, who is, my mom's 94 today. Her girlfriend who's 92 and has her own problems. I was speaking to her caregiver in the D.C. area yesterday, and what a clusterfuck that is. That poor woman, who was always so generous to everyone forever and ever and ever. Now her brother, the only family she has in the area are her brother and sister-in-law. Her brother has dementia, and the sister-in-law has a whack job, so they're selling their house and they're moving to North Carolina. I said, well, what about this woman? And her caregiver said, well, I think they'll just show up. They told me not to tell her yet. They'll show up and have her sign some papers, signing away her house, so they can take that money and take her to the Carolinas. It's just terrible. People are terrible. Yes, it's my mom's birthday. Striper, how you doing? And I need some air up above. Let me reach, move those things, and I think, yeah. So that's a bummer for her. Of course, I wouldn't tell my mother. My mother, the caregiver, was saying that this woman was telling the caregiver that my mother had been telling her for years people were taking advantage of her, and she used to say that all the time. But, you know, you couldn't tell this woman and so now it's coming back to bite her on the butt, and it's very unfortunate. My sister and brother-in-law actually went over there when they spoke to the caregiver a couple years ago, and they set everything up, and they were going to arrange to have her go to the bank and do everything, take care of her to make sure she is okay. And she called her back, said, "Oh no, Diane, everything is fine now. I spoke to my brother, and they're going to do things differently." And that was Diane. Just had enough. You couldn't talk to that woman. Thank you, Striper. There's a beautiful bow. Yes, Bo's in the house. Striper's in the house. Bo, the visitor. So what about my fantasy thumbnail there? It's Wiener Wednesday, you know. To my mommy, Yadira, thank you very much. Mom will be happy that so many people wish her a happy birthday. Well, but I will go over there. So her friend had sent candy. I know this about her friend and her dilemma. She sent candy to my house to give to my mother, and I wanted to make sure that she knew that I had received it. And then I learned all that other sad news. So. Man's inhumanity to man. You know she is, man. There's my fantasy. Okay. Never tried that, so you know, but I mean, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Anyway, so what is going on in everyone else's life? You don't want to hear about my boring, disastrous life at all. We will have, it should be interesting. Down there they do, little party stuff and all. They take care of the residents. I was going to say patients, of the residents. At Christmas, she had this big, I think I told you, this big box on her bed. And they just wait for a family member to come by. And if a family member doesn't come by, they end up opening it up for them, They don't go, "Oh, where's your son?" They don't do that. Well, they may, but I don't think so. So I open up this package for her, and it is an entire thing for one of her a new baby doll stroller and all of that. I think I told you. My mother now has like 6 baby dolls in her bassinet. Yes, they give her a bassinet. It's crazy. Okay. Far more interesting than mine. I don't think so. Mine is void. Mine is not what you want. No, not at all. Bum, bum, bum. But that's the way it goes, Let's see. There's room for improvement, and that's the good thing. That's the good thing, It's the good thing. Let me see here. I'm pulling some stuff up. Man, I tell you, this program, I may have to find something else. Okay, so please. I'm gonna be fine. I will be fine. I will bounce back. I'm bouncing right now, so things are what they are. I love that, Claire. Is a thumbnail girl hiding a secret. Oh, behave. Oh, thanks, Claire. Listen, and Bo, I'm good. I'm good. Really, I am. Monday is your birthday, Striper. Wow. Dear, it's your birthday. This Friday to celebrate your birthday. Amazing. That's a great place to go to celebrate a birthday. Woo, I went there when it wasn't my birthday and I had a wonderful time. Yes. The Striper's going to have a birthday. We'll have to sing a song for Striper and Dear. Let's see. I'm really not going to sing today. Angela's sleeping. I have it in a different chord in E and going to a B7 is probably better. Happy Birthday is a weird song. You ever notice that Happy Birthday, when people are all singing Happy Birthday, it's hard to pick the key for that song. Striper will have fun, everybody. Will have fun on their birthday. So we haven't seen you in a while, Bo. Have you been, well, on Valentine's Day, I guess you just became unraveled from that celebration. Unhinged. The restraints are gone now. You know, I haven't, but look, if it looked like that, it'd be hard pressed to, you know what I'm saying, right? So I don't know what that means. There's Kristen Live. She is Kristen Live of Kristen Live and the Chick House. But you know here, you know, in Italy, that thing that you put up there means something else, right? Do you know that? I'd have to send this to you privately because I cannot speak such things on the air. I mean, I can speak most things on the air, but Claire, it's coming to you on message here. Let me see exactly what this says. I want to get this correct. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's see. Let me go to translation here. Man, I'm concerned about this. It's not the internet, it's the program. See, they have a new version, and unfortunately, the new version has glitches. Yeah, pronounced. Do you know what I'm talking about, Claire? Or do I have to? I'm gonna send it to you anyway. Sorry, folks, I have to do this. All right, there, it's on its way to you, dear. Okay, so, fantasy. Oh, please, child. that, that was years ago. Okay, let's see. Please, child. I don't mean that derogatorily, of course. Lovely person. Okay. But the time after that hasn't been great. Why? A lot of things happened. I kept everything to myself, but I'm happy I'm here again. Oh, well, Bo, you should share it with me in private if you like. We can chat about those things. Or perhaps Skype, or, you know. I'm sorry that things are not where you want them to be. I can identify with that, but I don't know your particulars. Striper was born at 10:40 a.m. Gosh, you're a little early. Oh, not this morning. Jeez. Really, the top of the Empire State Building. You know, I always found it interesting. Many of you may not know this, so I will tell you. When I worked in New York, I worked in New York, not just in acting. When I was hired by a company, and I had some sales work to do in New York. So I went there, and I was shocked. You know, we see the Empire State Building. I did not realize, it was so iconic, I just didn't realize it was just like any other office building. It was like in DC, we had the National Press Building, which you walk in these corridors and all these different press offices and all of that kind of thing. That is the Empire State Building. You go up, it's just like a square all around. It's open in the middle, offices. You walk around, and offices on the right, offices on the left, and floor after floor, all the same. It was kind of, I guess, a little disappointing. I don't know what I expected, but I had this vision of the Empire State Building. The vision was from the outside, and it's just an office building. You did not know that? Yes, it's true. Yeah. That is right. So it's same as the most file that they use, you know, but you have tons of support, darling. Tons of support. If I can give you one thing, I can give you support. Yes, support. Bo support. Or beaucoup support. You see that double entendre? Yes, it is. It is just, well, not all financial. I mean, if you had a little business you wanted to start, that would be very inexpensive. They were, relatively speaking, to New York, right? Not so much square footage. They could break it down to square footage, but you would go in here, we have these offices available, and you make it fit. You know, they just empty. So, hello from Portugal. Katarina, lovely. I can tell by the little, you're right there. You are wedged between Bo and Claire. And I must tell you, that would be some... Well, anyway, lovely to have you here, Katarina, from Portugal. Thanks for being here. My great relationship, yeah. Well, I mean, yes, as seen on TV, yeah, that's right. So listen, that's terrific. And may I ask you how old you are, Katarina? Katarina. I stay at the Palazzo in Las Vegas. It's Palazzo is attached to the Venetian. It's very grand and it's, you know, nice. Palazzo. Sarah. Yes, the Eiffel Tower. Yeah. No. Silver script card. What the hell is that? Hold on a second, folks. I got to type to my sister. So, sorry I'm somewhat distracted today, but I have, you know. What the hell's that? Did it... If this fucking thing froze up again. Kind of like how I feel right here, stuck. Well, I have a frozen screen. Hey, it came back to life. You're there? Still there? It froze. I was trying to type and it... Can you see me? Can you hear me? Tell me I'm here, please, because it just paused. You grew up 2 hours from Las Vegas? I did not know that, Ed. Once a month, Las Vegas. Woo, boy. 26, a lovely 26, Katerina. I can tell from your little photo, tiny photo. If you look at past lives in the raw, I think it says, what does it say on the website, our YouTube site, maydecembersociety.com, you look there and it's raw past lives or whatever it is, you will see many thumbnails. And most everyone contributes a photograph so we can use you as a thumbnail too, if you'd like. It's up to you. It is up to you. But everyone here you're talking to pretty much has been there. Sarah, I don't have one from you. Bobby Mills, I don't have one. Yadira, I don't have one. You can send it to our maydecembersociety@gmail.com or, if you like, Discord. You can go to Discord, join our Discord, and send it there to me in private or to everyone, and I'll get it. Yeah, connection problems, yeah. Is it back? Are we back now? Your screen is frozen. Mine was. Are you okay? Is everything all right for right now? Good, okay. But not now. Miss Maya? Miss Maya. Maha. Is it Maha? The J pronounces H. Maha. Or as a Y. Maya. Maha. It's gone again. I have a strong signal right here. I don't know. It's the strongest at this moment. I froze, and then it came back. So there's a delay. So there was a delay on the freezing. Brr. You can hear me but can't see me. I'll keep talking then. Did you hear me curse a little bit ago? Did you hear that? That wasn't intended for anyone here, or any one person. Fiddlesticks. Oh my God, I haven't heard that in a while. I bet that those are the names of two of your cats, Fiddles and Sticks. Let me check something out. Shit, where did I put that? Stand by, folks, while I try and find something. Actually, let me see if I can do that later. Can I do that later? I'm back. Audible audio is back. Video is back for some. You know, I think I have to purge the system and reboot, but I'm not going to do it now. I did that yesterday, but apparently. Screen is frozen. I'm sorry that happened. It was not me going freeze. It was, in fact, it's the program. Katarina, be careful. He may follow with, do you want to be in one? Just kidding. I'm teasing, of course, Striper. Striper. The cup is working today, she told me. Told me the other day. It was a long break. I don't know what happened, guys. It's nothing I did any different than other days, so. A long break. Oh, Maya. Hey, okay, good. I got that. Maya. You're covering your face. Maya. Maya, Maya. Oh, Maya. Yeah. I'm glad you hung around, Kristen. I mean, sometimes the break is long. If I'm watching something, I just don't. Yeah, but you hang around for a live. You wonder what the hell's happening. What did my sister say? Okay, she said thumbs up. So good. I can give it to her when I'm finished. I'm going in and out or coming in and out. Now, those are distinctly different comments. Bad Gelth. What would Fiddlestick say about that, Stropper? I still don't have my conga drum yet, and I know you're just going to love when that arrives. Actually, there's a guitar center down the street. I'll find one. Inexpensive. I like the conga more than I do the bongos. They're similar but different. It's like playing a guitar versus a ukulele. You dig? Miss Maya, it looks like you're laughing. It'd be nice if we could keep her laughing like that. She's frozen in laughter. So I'm going to, let's see, I have a massage to send here. I'm going to send it to, bum, 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 bum. So we've been hearing more from Miriam lately. That was a Skype message. Okay, so well, oh man, Bo. Yeah, I guess. Did Katarina? Did you ask that? Are you in an age gap? That was Striper wanting to know if you are. Fiddle and sticks, you should. A conga. Yes, conga is a dance. Is a dance. So, Bo, putting me to task, huh? Why don't you? Katarina, let me, as I do anyone asking that kind of information, I suggest that you join MayDecemberSociety.com if you're not already a member, and you can private message me, and I devote time and thought to my response. On the surface, there are just so many things that come into play in a age gap relationship, and specifically, at the moment you're not in, you're single. You previously was 30 years old, okay. Yeah, well, you know, many people are that way. They prefer older or younger partner. I mean, so here it certainly is not unusual. Most people here, and certainly all at MayDecemberSociety.com, are in age gap relationships or want to be. I would say, so you are familiar with them. She's very familiar with them, Mo. But to answer your question, the most, it comes in stages. There you go, Striper. Now you can laugh at that one. It does. When you get together, it is a relationship like any relationship, which is very lustful. And what you will notice at first is that people are noticing you, and how then you have to deal with that. That's very surface, and that's the first thing. There can be things before you get in public that maybe the gentleman is having second thoughts. Oh my God, that's the youngest one. What are people going to think? But quickly, if it becomes something, if it really becomes a relationship, we lose those feelings. You lose awareness of other people. I mean, you still see them, but you don't give a shit, you know. And you are then in a relationship, an age gap relationship, no different than if you were in a relationship with someone your age. All of those things still apply. The difference is the older person has experience that he can bring or she can bring to the relationship. So there are many things, many things. She in the beginning, and then after a while, the best of getting love. Yes, there you go. Just want to be in love. You gotta open up and just let it go. You got in any relationship, I would recommend that to someone. You know, if everything is aligned properly, and by that I mean the age gap is not someone 30 and someone 12. That is not it. Okay, you don't want that. We're talking of someone, from my standpoint in this country, at least 18, you know. So, yes, they are similar to any other relationship. You knew I would, that's why you said it, isn't it? You are one wild chick. Here a chick, there a chick, everywhere. Chick, chick, in your house. It's a chick house, but a brick house. Okay. All right. So, crying alone. Just a fantasy, you know. Crying alone knows Blair White. Because there is a meaning to Wednesdays here, and I just, I'm just giving Blair White props. Yeah, I don't notice anymore either, you know, but that you must admit at some point, maybe not for you, Claire, for Dee perhaps, it's something that we notice, guys notice. You know, eventually, when you would come up for air and go outside, you would say, yeah, well, I guess they're looking because she's so much younger than me. I don't know. But you're right, you forget about it. Yeah. So it's just, it is a relationship. And there are differences. There are differences for sure. Angela, for example, is a gamer person. I really have no interest. I don't. Unless it is, what is it? Golden Tea, the old bar game where you play golf in the bar while you're drinking. I do like also, when I'm in Las Vegas, if I'm at a bar, to play Keno. Yeah, I know that. The laws are different. Well, and also, Claire, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it matters to me and to everyone, I guess, at some point. I know the laws are different, so I just, you know, hang with that here. I understand in India and in Europe, the laws are different as well. So, of course, applying your own regulations is fine. It's almost like here, when I grew up, you had to be 18 to consume alcohol if you lived in the District of Columbia. Actually, if you were in Maryland or Virginia or anywhere and drove into the District of Columbia, you could go to a bar and drink. But when we were 16, we didn't let that stop us. We went into the bars and we were drinking until they threw us out. 16 is the legal age in the UK. So, in the UK, it's okay. At some point, is parental consent, I guess to wed, parental consent is needed. In this country, to wed, parental goes to having to wed. I've been in age gap relationships most of my life. Not surprising. A few were older than I am. Many were the same age, or roughly within a year or so. You like to game? Yeah, well, you're very busy. You're playing games. You have 3 children, beautiful children, and a job, and a husband, and that all requires effort. You know, I mean, not requires effort, it requires work, it requires you're doing things. Labor of love, let's call it labor of love. I agree with that. Yeah, some states do make their own laws. You're right. There are some places where that is, or it is allowed. That's, you know. I have to go by porn sites, you know. Lest someone would think we were deviants or something. Okay. Now let's get back to Katerina, the lovely Katerina. Yeah, you know, there are differences, of course, but you adapt to them quickly. If you were a person, if you were the young person, now let's say young woman in the relationship at first, and you are, Angela, for example, was at the time very open to me making suggestions about things like that she would not have never have experienced before. What, for example, Joel? Let's say I don't know, a fine restaurant. What are all these things for? You know? So, I mean, things like, what is that? That is a cucumber fork. You know, not many people even know. But so these things that you acquire over the years, and you just know these certain things, you know, and just little things that many of us take for granted. Some of the obvious things to us escape others, and because of their exposure. All right, when you've spent most of your time in the house playing video games, and I'm not saying necessarily Angela, but anyone who is not out there, you know, who's not done whatever things that I'm trying to think of that we take for granted. You know, it can be difficult. Or you think you're doing something and you happen to say, well, you know, why don't you do this? It's better. And with an explanation. And it is thoughtful recommendations. Let me just say that. Anyway, so. Yeah, you mess around with people your own age, it's not the same. Yeah. Claire, even when those people were female. Oh yeah, well, yes, of course. If you mess around with people the same as yourself, well, that's lovely too. I mean, it's whatever floats everyone's boat. So long as you're not holding them against their will, Striper. I'm teasing you. I kid my buddy Striper because I can, and he can kid me too. So. Well, of course, when these people are females, we always like to, you know, be around them. So. Or if you're, you know, Blair White types. Heading home from my office, catch up with you all shortly. I'm just 10 minutes away from my house. Wow. You still have that job for me available? Maybe I'll just move up there. It would be my luck. I move up there, and I certainly don't wish this upon you. Is that the hurricanes? You're in a flood area, right? Yes. You know, I'm in Florida, and Florida by the sea is very much sea level. Go figure. I'm about 47 feet above sea level where I live. It's not noticeable. It all looks flat, but you know where you gradually grade up, you know. Yes, the grading is like that. It's so subtle you wouldn't even know. It's just flat everywhere. Not a big gap, but still. Well, you don't want too big a gap. I don't know if that's what I should say. You know what I mean. Okay, so we are rife with innuendo. Not a big gap, but still a gap. Big older gap. Katarina's already a member. Well, Katarina, please, if you'd like to chat with me, send me a private message, and I'll get around to it, I'm sure, in a day or two. I check the website. I try to check it every day. I do try, if anyone is out there saying, I sent you a message. Yeah. Sometimes if you reach out to me, where's the best way to get me? Is private message on, I don't know, Claire, what would say? But Claire is a nutbuster and has, as do some others who aren't, have access to me. And I would give that to anyone if they wanted, but go to maydecembersociety.com, send me a private message, and we'll arrange to have you Skype with me if you'd like. I do a lot of Skype texting, because I find it to be exhilarating. I love it. My fingers on the, no. I find it convenient. They're all convenient. And also, iMessage, I use a lot. I'm not big into Facebook chat. I'm not big into Facebook. Claire handles all of the Facebook operations for me and for herself. She just evolved with this beautiful angel who was able to take care of that. Like Elizabeth and Kristen handled the chicks. Well, I mean, you know, there is a little chick. Here a chick, there, you know, roosters, whatever. The oldest was 6 years older than you. Oh, the oldest girl or oldest? Okay, let's just say the oldest partner. My oldest partner. Let me see. Well, today, oh my gosh, I'm old. 15 years, maybe. Yes, I understand that, Claire, and that makes sense. I mean, looking at all of you around the same age, I can't say as I blame you at all. Now, there are people, we do have friends on May December Society, where the female is significantly older than her partner. Delightful people. You know of whom I speak. Claire, of course, they're lovely. Also living in the UK. You're such a welcoming people. If not for that religious persecution crap. I know that wasn't your fault, but it gave us a chance to slaughter the American Indians. I love you having access to me. Ooh. I probably should adjust that instrument we invented where when you send me certain messages, a certain word, it's a certain nerve, and Striper will be back in a few minutes. But he's probably back. And, you know, it takes me a while to get to these things. You sent me a Facebook friend request, did you? I'll have to check. When I go there, I usually, oh yeah, then you can send messages so that all high school friends would say, you can send things like, yeah, we should do that. Joe, where have you been? Oh my God, I've been dreaming about you, something like that. I never go in there. My cousins and all those people say, well, my niece and Uncle Joe, there's someone, do you know? She claims to have 3 children, and she says one of them looks like you. Well, that would be hilarious. I left there because family members would tell me exactly tell the world, mind you. And it's not really a good For those of us that are semi, I'm really not, but I am, kind of half-assed, semi, concerned about security. And so family members would, I got up today, oh, I felt terrible, but I still had to make breakfast for the kids, then I had to put this in, then one has the cold again, then I put them off. I mean, an entire litany of what happened. And the worst day ever. You know, it's just like, really? It's passed by that. So I got tired of that myself, but I know others love it. The oldest man was 40 years older than me, and that wasn't your husband. Behavior minx. Oh, Charlie, what's up? Charlie, how do you like the thumbnail today? I want your opinion. This will be a different twist. At the same time, Bo, at the same time, I'm going to change this to Sex Chat with Joe. I bet we get more. I mean, I love all of you viewers and my friends. You're my friends. But maybe we would do that. We'd have to go up on Twitch, too. Or we'd call it Switch. Yeah. And now we're getting into the segment called Switch. You were a top yesterday. Today you're a bottom. What are you? And the answer was fun-loving. Yes. No man for me in that form. You get what I mean? Thumbnail, oh yeah, without question. But it's the feminine form, to me, that is the attraction. The other stuff is just, I guess, bonus. Twice your age at the time. Oh. You just realized. Yes, well, I must say so. Well, I never. Well, often, but well, I never did. Well, I would. Well. Can you imagine? You can, that's why I like Mad Libs, right? And I love, as I told you, friends of mine and I would play our guitars and we'd each sing a verse and we'd change it and it would get raunchy and it would just be funny. But you could say the word, well, and then they say, I never had more than 6 people at a time. Or, you know, whatever you want. Well, I was thirsty and there was the well. You know, I like to have different, that's a fun thing to do. I just realized twice my age. At twice my age. Oh, I just realized twice age at the time. Okay. You have the tango. Where's the tango music? Is this it? This is like a dirge. Dirge. One of the most, okay, one of the strangest places where you have you ever, God, I hate to even say this stuff. Okay, have you ever done that in front of other people while they watch? Hands up. Hands up. Nobody. Okay, these two are not at the same time, but the man was with another girl too. She was a little older than me too. I see. Wait a minute. So yours was not at the same time, but the older guy and his wife at the same time. How? I want to party with you cowgirls. How convenient that is Dutch. Too, it is Dutch. Dutch treat. Bo, do they use that over there? Okay, we're gonna go out. It's Dutch treat. Do you know what that means? And you are, aside from that, you are a Dutch treat. Okay? And I mean that in the truest sense of the word. Charlie, what do you think? I just walked in here and just sat down? Let me just tell you, Charlie, you're talking to a top, okay? And I do know exactly what that means. Mm-hmm. So not at the same time, so yes. A Dutch twin. Peaks and valleys. Peaks and valleys, girls. So if we had a different channel, what do you think? What you will think about? Is this a tango music? This is not tango. What are you talking about? Charlie, tell me again. You don't remember the name of, where was it? I'm trying to see. What are we playing right now? This is, I just have it in a loop. You want something else? And I'm not sure what the genesis is of Dutch treat, but maybe I'll look it up and you can agree or disagree. You can agree to disagree. That's a nice image of our front too. Look at this. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, back to action. Let's get that. Stop what? Stop this. And, you know, Bo, I have a question for you, being the resident theologian. Isn't some of that behavior taboo in a biblical sense? Because I don't pay any attention to that. As you know, the But you're my very dear friend, and I appreciate what you are studying. So anyway, all right, now while you think about that, I could say that to Angela, and she would quote exactly where they say this. All right. You would click on a different channel, yes. Look at Christian. Look at Kristen's back. I mean, I'm back. You are all of that, girl. All right. Let's see. For a moment, I lost the concentration. Oh yes, Dutch treat. Okay, okay. I will tell you what this is cold. You are looking live at listening to something called Eyes of Glory. Or as we say when we would sing, glory. Or when you're speaking on stage, it's the glory. Because you would lose glory in speaking. It's the glory of it's the glory of Christ. It's the glory of Christ. You see the difference? It's very theatrical. You wouldn't hear me say that except in this context right now at this time. Unless somebody was paying me to do it on stage, and I would say whatever they want. Given the fact that regardless of political affiliation or preference, I did work in the trucking and delivery business for the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee. I didn't care. Had either one known of the other, they would have dropped me. Is it rain now? There's a shower outside. Yes, you see, I know you don't follow those rules, my dear. I know it. I was struggling with that. I had sleepless nights because I was wondering what if Bo had trouble with that. I wanted to be able to help you through it. Oh man, that's so sweet of you. Claire. Do you know the temperature here, while it's warm, yesterday was 85 degrees. 85, I mean, that's warm. Not as hot as it gets, later, but the high of 85, high of 86, maybe today, tomorrow, a high of 69. I mean, just barely touching. And Friday, 66. And Kristen, for you, I imagine it's even colder. It will be colder. All right, let's try this out, shall we? What are you doing? What? It is kind of not catchy. Okay, this is it. I didn't know the genesis of it for you, Bo, and for anyone who cares. The first recorded use of Dutch treat was in 1873 editorial in the Baltimore American, a newspaper in those days, which suggested that drinking to excess could be curtailed if saloon owners insisted on a Dutch treat policy, meaning that each man, why man, but it was 1873, but that each man should be responsible for his own bar tab. So when we would say coming up, we would say, we're going out to eat. It's Dutch treat. Means everybody pays their own bill. It's old school. I don't know why the genesis of Dutch treat. What? Let me see. Why do they say Dutch treat? Why don't they say, you know, like UK treat? Okay, the origin of the phrase "to go Dutch" is traced back to the 17th century when England and the Netherlands fought constantly over trade routes and political boundaries. The British use of the term Dutch had a negative connotation for the Netherlanders. Netherlanders were said to be stingy. Okay. Going Dutch means that every person in a group of diners or imbibers pays for themselves. Going Dutch appears to come from 19th century Americanisms, a Dutch treat or Dutch lunch supper, which also refers to each person paying their own way in a meal. I don't think it has anything to do with Dutch, but perhaps maybe from the rivalry with England, traced back to the 17th century when England and Netherlands fought constantly over trade routes and political boundaries. But what does trade routes, this is yours, this is mine, here and there, Dutch, treat, you, anyway, that's what it means here. So if you and I, it won't be the case, but if we go out, or shall I say when we go out, it will be my pleasure to pick up the tab, not necessarily a Dutch treat. But you know, you may say, okay, look, I want to get this. No, I want to get, okay, Dutch treat. Did that conclude? Did that straighten it out for anyone? Okay. Charlie, I thought, isn't your favorite number we used to say it was, but it wouldn't work, you know. I guess so. Okay. Yes, of course, paying your own way, going Dutch. Exactly. We know that, but Bo, who is our resident Nederlander, our resident Dutch lass, was unfamiliar with the term. Oh, it does. So there you go. So why was I explaining it if everybody knew what it was? You go to church, believe it or not, but it's free. Oh, it's a free one. And people accept each other for what they are. Then why the need to go will be my question. I mean, if you're just going to go out and hang out with people, why not just, you know, hang out with them? Why the church? Is there some sort of feeling of security when you're in church, like he is watching out for you? I'm just asking you. I mean, you know, we share different philosophies. There are some Catholics who do very much. But, you know, the strength is in the numbers, but it's dwindling in Catholicism. Not only that, to find people who are of the cloth is very difficult to do. I know there are many in Rome, but, you know, that's when in Rome. Oh, because everyone sees the Dutch as cheap. So you'd say, okay, we'll pay our own way. Meaning that the Dutch person may order the lobster thermidor and everyone else is having a BLT. But if we're going Dutch, everyone would have a BLT. I see. Okay. In the UK, going Dutch means split the bill. Yes. I'd like to try some Dutch. Be in touch with Dutch. Must have a slogan for the country. Get in touch with Dutch. Get in touch with a Dutch or the Dutch. Oh. My experience when I was in Holland, or the Netherlands, was nothing but fun, fun, fun. And I can see that it exists to this very day. And the first time I was there well before our darling Beau was born, it was still fun. Amsterdam was always fun. Now it's probably more touristy. Look who came in. She came in through the bathroom. Okay. Couldn't do a super chat, so send it through stream. Oh, wait, wow, thank you. Yes, cheers. Cheers, Kristen. Are you back from work now and you can drink? Yeah, that's good. Kristen, you should open up a branch office here and let me run this end of the state for you. I will walk around in my SS uniform and I will have my crop in hand. You will do this. A Harvey Weinstein, right? He got what was coming to him. And then some. And what comes to mind is when I was just, doing that little side bit. When I was in New York City doing auditions and things, working there, they used to say, and I actually witnessed this somewhat. I was in a long hall. They have benches outside these doors. So you can imagine if my office, and there was like I was talking about the Empire State Building, just an office that you would have. So we'd have an office, but they'd have a bench outside. Or maybe it's a wider area, a little waiting room, and they would bring actors in to audition. But if it was a cattle call, meaning tons of people coming, it means that it is not by invitation, it was inviting everyone. You would, they'd be down the hall, blocking other doors, leaving a gap between office doors all the way around, going down the stairwell. And in New York, if there was a part, for example, for a woman to take her top off, never done it before, never done anything, you would have people lined up all around the place. I walked into an audition once and I saw these people, these girls. A buddy of mine said, what are they auditioning for? Oh, it's some stripper role. So they would come dressed or scantily clad for those. And we would always, a feast for the eyes, actually, it was. Some of them, but some of them were just skanky. So yes, you can get people to do anything for nothing. Because the thought of getting into a movie. Now, I'll circle back to Harvey. That's how he was able to score. Always get in touch with a Dutch. We're fun. Ooh. Dutch is too much. Too much Dutch. And then of hearts. Too much Dutch. And you're in love. Claire, when do you move, dear? You're moving to another area, I believe. I know you are, but I'm just wondering, when do you move? Vero, yeah, Vero Beach is okay. I can drive up there. It's only about 30 minutes. An enterprising woman, that's nice. Branching out. The people that used to clean my house here, see, there's a big, where I live, there's a huge, I mean, they're like, with the condos and things like that, there are about 2,500 homes. I got told, what happened? Oh, you were told you weren't able to use your, touch your phone, or? I don't quite understand that. I'm missing the point, I think. Got told I wasn't allowed to touch my phone. Oh, I will, Kathy. The cup. I'll tell her the cup says happy birthday to you, Mummy. Mum. I will do that. I will do it. So, let's see what's going on in the world. Here's a notice that residents of where I live, there are 3 options to register visitors. You have to register visitors so you can't get in here. Internets, automated phone system, or just call the main gate. What happens if someone shows up, they'll call you if they're not on a list. I put people on there. I put people on there permanently because I never know if I'm going to remember they're coming. I mean, to the house like a workman. Too much Dutch. That's cool. Holland. The Netherlands is great. You'll love it. You'll love it, Striper. And the women. Oof. Oh, good for you, Claire. That's terrific. Bow de Vissa. Yes. Bow de Vissa with the devices. A Devisser device. Bow de Visser's devices. Or is it Bow de Visser's devices? And religion. Globus journeys. Globus. So it's a globus, so they can see you coming and going. Sounds very sexual. Kathy, the cup, gets a greeting from Kristen, alive. Kristen live. Oh. Oh. I just got the sweetest note from the sweetest, most gorgeous darling. All right, let's see now. Bum, 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 bum. Kathy the Cup. Kathy, are you going to get license plates on your car? The Cup. I think if you just drop we'll point Striper to, well, I don't know if he'd be into that, but Amsterdam has some I had some very thrilling and yet odd, and yet thrilling odd experiences there. Anything you can imagine, Striper, you can get it there. Or you used to be able to. I mean, it's probably sold out now. Or certainly the people that I was friendly with in those days would be long gone or out of business, let's say. Yes, I've been there. I loved Amsterdam. And I loved Rotterdam. And then that odd place that I stayed for 3 days, which was very nice. Why the Dutch people are so welcoming. I was invited to this guy's home. He had 2 children at the time and his wife, who were lovely. And because I had nowhere to go for the weekend, and he sized me up, I guess, and said, yeah, you know, a nice fellow. So I went there, and it was very enjoyable. Very nice people in Holland. And they lived in, which is, I believe, to be an industrial town now, Den Helder. But it was near the sea, I think. And I met him at a Dutch Marine base where I was going when I was in the early 70s. You know, always wanting to experiencing new things. Yes, I said, sure, thank you. Claire also loves the Netherlands. It is a fave place. Yes, so it can be, I love it there. I know, but I guess it is more, I've been told, maybe Claire told me, it's more touristy now than probably when I was there. When I was there, it was a, you know, a den of iniquity, a den of just, it was a den, a dim den, great, loved it. People smoking weed and other things. Ah, I bet you did. Oh my goodness. Woo. Yeah. Striper, there were alleyways. Ladies, do they still have the people in the windows in the red light district? Do they have that? But we had such a, I mean, I have no regrets of all that stuff. We would drink, we'd go out drinking. And then we go up, so, yeah, you know, I'm going to go down the road. Yeah, sure, we know where you are. You go down the road. And you just, people, women, for me, were in windows. They would just be in windows there. Sexily clad, And, well, Striper, you might want to spend a little time there. At the time when I was there, what was it? It was about it was 30 marks, douche marks, for a rendezvous, if you can imagine, any sort of rendezvous. It was about 30 marks, and at the time that came to about $6 US. So you can imagine if you were at sea for a month, being paid, you know, earning money, and then you hit a port. I mean, what are you going to do with your money? Drink and eat and that other thing. March is your... Oh, that'll be great. I will be looking for it. Yes, I will. How many are you trying on? Oh, it's contained now. Okay, but it's okay. I'm sure it's probably been pared down. Now, see, I'm getting a warning. Force quit applications on your system has run out of application memory. How is that? I have to take a picture of this because I'm going to ask somebody. I'm frozen. I'm frozen. I'm frozen. You can hear me, right? That, well, isn't that nice? That's lovely. It's good to know, Bo. We could go, you know, we could all go out one night and just have fun. Oh, you drink and get silly, and then you say, let's both go in with that. Yeah, let's do that. It may be too, is it too touristy now? Probably. It's not like in Thailand now. Whoa. That's a horse of a different horse. Window shopping, I know, it's lovely. It is window shopping. I remember if you would take, you know, it depends on what you put up at the window. You can put up the window. They may be, you know, not interested until you put up like a $50 bill or something. Whoa, they would go nuts back in the day. It was great. Window shopping for sure. Let's see if we have any of that on the... Am I gone from now? Yes, those were the old days. That's when the it was 30 marks. And look at, what is the one? I'm frozen. Am I frozen to you guys? Or you can see me. It says for me to force quit my connection with you. And if you're still connected and can see me, screw it. But you can't hear me. I don't see any modulation. You're trying on 6 outfits. Great. So did they send them to you for free to show, you know, is that it? That's it, right? I know you are. Maybe another way. Shit. I can hear you. We can still hear you. Okay, well, just keep listening. And like you're listening to your favorite radio show. Good evening and welcome to This Is It. The place where everyone can get their jollies and wake up feeling great. Get your jollies with Holly. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, on a beach. What happened to you? It looked like Joe frozen in time. Now he disappeared. Now he's back. Hey, that's weird, man. See, I've got this thing right in front of me. It says, your system has run out of application memory. Claire, what does that mean exactly? Or anyone? And it keeps lighting on Firefox. Maybe I should go to Chrome. You know what? Friday I'm going to go to Chrome. I'm going to try Chrome. Unless I put Chrome up now. Can I do that? Yes, I think so. I tried it before. Let me try something. Oh, yeah. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you? Yes, I see my hand over there. I'm trying to do something on the screen. Riveting music, Joe. It's just really captivating. Trisha Paytas, what is she up to? All right. I do not watch other videos, really. I don't. When I'm here, I'll check out Kristen because I'll hear. I should get a notification because I signed up. But your channel, okay, my channel is live now. Oh, wow! Look at that! It's a Vina girl. It's beautiful. Man. Only 8 people watching. We're really lame. 8 people. I mean, I love all 8 of you. Maybe just jumped on. Well, the other day we had, how many? We had 350 views, so. Let me click on this one. I will do that. You know what? I'll do that on Friday. Remind me to go. I'm still frozen. I'm not frozen now, right? No. I'm frozen. Ah. Thank you, Kathy can see me. I can see clearly now that Kathy can see me. And the light must be raining. It's so bright. I can hear you. I can see you. I can see clearly now. Okay, you're back. I'm moving so slow. Yeah, that error is, I did take a photo of it, and I'll go online and see if I can see anyone else who's had the similar experience. And it could be that it's from Firefox, you know, that fucking Firefox. Oh, Miss Mai, I'm sorry, I did not mean to curse. I also lost my contraception driving. My concentration driving, not knowing what was going on with the stream. Don't do that while you're driving, please. Don't crash. We want you to remain in one piece. So there's enough to spread you around, you know. We are. Our YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Such viewers will experience buffering. But here's the deal, what I don't understand, I mean, look at this. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain. What do you mean enough video? What do you want me to do, dance? I don't get that. But Claire, we need to check that one out too. I'll take a photo, man. It's a picture of me. That's weird. But you see, they're giving me a strong signal. What do they mean? They're not receiving. This is so much different live than doing a video. I can record this now. It's recorded, but I think you could record it. No. Well, we will get this. We'll get this. We need to grow. We need to grow our membership. I'm so happy that I have friends all over the world. Not like Thailand, but really busy, yes. Phuket. You'll be back next week. Have a nice weekend. Well, thank you, Miss Maya. Good to see you here. Thanks for being here. And I know you're probably not listening, but thank you. For the afternoon, yes. Well, I'm going to go down to my mummy's house. A mom's birthday today, 94. 94. Did anybody watch the debates last night? No, I know over in the UK you guys are riveted to that stuff, but I have a very political household. I mean, when Angela's here, we're political. Krispy Kreme donuts, those hot donuts that just fall off the conveyor belt. So hot. Woo! Man, that's good. I've been trying to watch what I eat. Not watch it go in my mouth, but watch. So, you know, for me, it's salads. I'm becoming... What the hell is this? Dance isn't a bad thing. Ooh, ooh. Has anyone heard from Sarah Welsh-Lassie lately? Claire? Send pics of my issue? Oh, behave, baby. Oh, that. Yes, okay. Yeah, this particular one, this is the one, and then it goes over to, see, now it's not, it is no longer on Firefox. I mean, I am, but they don't have the warning up here as on YouTube stating that there's an issue. Maybe to use the so much bandwidth, I guess, for lack of knowing what it is, you have to have X number of viewers, but they should have said that, right? I don't think that's it. Send pictures of my issue. Yes. I don't think it would be an issue, but... All right, so Let's see. Wow. That's cool. We have so much in common already. I mean, you have chicks, and I've always been into chicks. Yeah. How old is your dad, Kristen? He's going to be younger than me. No, Kristen is... we'll find out. I do not believe I'm going to be so old. Although I look in this mirror, it's not a mirror, and see myself. I'm like, holy shit. Age is a terrible thing. Happy birthday to your daddy, to daddy, daddy, oh, daddy, darling. Oh, behave. Charlie, did you get the name of that thing? Did I tell you what it was again? Or do I need to remind you? I have to remind myself what the hell it is. Eyes of Glory. The Eyes of Glory. She's doing okay? I probably should send her a message on Skype. She does get back to me. She always wants to Skype. And that's okay, but I find less and less time for some reason. For somebody who's not busy, I seem to be busy. Well, there's busy and then there's busy. You know, we have someone else here from, isn't Gina from the Netherlands as well? Bum, 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 bum. Well, 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 well. You know, it happens just towards the end, but then it comes back. It came back. So at least we know we can come back. What I'll do is on Friday, excuse me, I was going to miss Friday, but suddenly I am going to be here because I want to be here, actually. I don't want to go where no man could go before. Is that a date in space? Kristen's dad and my mom. I will be going down there shortly, probably an hour and a half. I have some things to do. Oh, man. My Claire, you are so lovely. Thank you. So what shall we do Friday? Any special requests? Blair White won't be with us. If she was with us, then, I mean, in person, well, I don't think she's in an age gap relationship. So, Kristen, you didn't tell me, or did you say, how old's your dad? It's all right. I won't go blabbing how old he is. You know, there are a lot of people. I don't know why that is. I always knew how old my parents were. I would say to them, well, how old is your parent? To a friend or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, as we're older, most of my friends in their 60s know. You know, you're composting. Oh, you know, I thought it was. I read it too quickly, as often do. I thought you were composing, and I was like, and this picture of you on the grand piano with your little chicks, you know, a black grand piano with your little yellow chicks about, and you're going, and you're putting notes in, and you're composing. But no, you're composting because you're a farm girl at heart. Farmette, we'll call it. They're playing Kiss in Krispy Kreme. You're still there, Striper? I thought that's a place you stop in for coffee and a donut. Go. You relax in there and chat with the locals, do you? You're a man about town. I do owe her. Okay, here's the picture's up again, Claire. I'm going to take this one, another photo, and I'm just going to send it to you. Take a look at this one. This is awful. That one and this one. If there are any porn sites up there, I apologize because they wouldn't be mine. No. Here, let me send this to you, Claire. Take a look. Take a look and see, won't you? Sending it on your on your telephone, I believe. I didn't send a cute message, I just sent it. You'll be 38 in September. Whoa! See you in September. 58. Wow, I remember when I was 58. Great. That's good, Striper. He had already turned 20, didn't he? No, he's 20. He's 58 today. You were born and raised in Southern California. Kristen, somehow we know that. Now, is that where you began to nurture your farming skills? Oh, you just got there. Okay, sorry. Tell everyone in Krispy Kreme we said hello and we love your name. Because if you've been in the sun, you could be Krispy Kreme. Okay. So let's see now.